Has someone close to you begun changing in ways you can't quite explain? Maybe it's a shift in how they move, how they speak, or even how they look at the world. These changes can be quiet, so quiet in fact that most people don't realize what they're seeing until it's far behind them. It's like watching leaves fall in autumn, one by one, so slowly you don't notice the tree is bare until the chill sets in. The heart senses something, but the mind hesitates, unsure whether these shifts are just the natural rhythm of aging or something deeper, something that calls for pause. These moments, fleeting and subtle, carry weight, whispering truths we might not be ready to hear, yet need to understand. In this video, we'll explore 7 subtle signs that an elderly person may be approaching the final year of life. You might recognize some of these already, things you brushed off as just aging. But when viewed together, they often mean something more. These signs are not a checklist to fear, but a map to guide you, helping you see the road ahead with clarity and compassion. They invite you to slow down, to notice what's changing, and to respond with love rather than urgency. For caregivers, family, or friends, understanding these shifts can transform moments of confusion into opportunities for connection, turning fleeting days into a tapestry of presence and care. These signs are not about predicting an end, but about preparing for it with grace, ensuring that love fills the space between now and then. This isn't about clinging to control or dreading what's to come. It's about embracing the time you have, making it rich with meaning, and letting love be the guide. As we move through these signs, let them be a gentle nudge to be present, to cherish the person you love, and to honor their journey with the dignity it deserves. Subscribe and share this video to join our community and help others find peace on this journey. Let's begin. The first sign is a sudden drop in interest for favorite activities. One of the earliest emotional signs is when a loved one stops doing the things they once enjoyed. It might be gardening, crossword puzzles, listening to their favorite music. Whatever once lit a small spark in them starts to fade. And it's not always about sadness. Sometimes it's just a quiet detachment. They'll say, "I just don't feel like it today." And that day becomes a week, then a month. This shift can feel like a puzzle, can't it? You see the person who once hummed while tending roses or chuckled over a puzzle, now sitting still, their hands idle, their eyes drifting. It's tempting to think they're just tired or perhaps a bit blue, but this detachment often runs deeper. It's as if the colors of their world have softened, the vibrancy of joy muted, not by choice, but by a body and mind beginning to conserve their dwindling reserves. Neurologically, the brain's pleasure centers may be less responsive, the energy once spent on delight now redirected to simply being. Emotionally, there's a turning inward, a quiet preparation that doesn't always carry words. This isn't a rejection of life, it's the body's way of pacing itself, like a runner slowing to finish a long race. For those watching, this change can stir unease, a sense that something vital is slipping away. You might feel the urge to coax them back, hand them the puzzle, play the music louder. But pushing can feel like shouting into a fog. It doesn't bring them closer. Instead, consider what this shift means. A need for simplicity, for presence over performance. Caregivers and family can help by letting go of the need to fix the moment. Sit with them in the quiet, share a memory of their garden without expecting them to return to it. Ask gentle questions. What feels good today? Or, want to look at the flowers with me? These gestures honor their current state, offering companionship as the spark they need. Spiritually, this detachment can feel like a soul beginning to loosen its ties to the world, not in despair, but in readiness. It's like a bird preparing to leave its nest, not because it dislikes the tree, but because it senses a wider sky. For loved ones, this is a time to reflect. What does presence mean now? How can I meet them where they are? Try holding their hand, letting silence be enough, or playing a soft tune they once loved, not to rekindle the past, but to share the present. This shift invites you to redefine connection, to see love not in activity, but in being together, heart to heart. Number 2, noticeable changes in voice or speech patterns. You might notice their voice becomes softer, weaker, or they speak less overall. They may pause mid-sentence to catch their breath or struggle to find words they once used easily. Conversations may trail off into silence, not out of confusion, but from pure fatigue. Words are a bridge, aren't they? They carry thoughts, laughter, love across the space between us. So when that bridge begins to waver, when a voice grows faint or words stumble, it can feel like a piece of the person is drifting out of reach. This change isn't always dramatic. It's a softening, a slowing, like a river narrowing as it nears the sea. You might notice they start a story, then pause, their breath shallow, their eyes searching for a word that won't come. Or they might answer with a nod where they once offered a paragraph. It's not dementia or disinterest. It's the body prioritizing, choosing breath over speech, rest over expression. Physically, this shift often stems from weakened lungs, slower blood flow to the brain, or muscles that tire more quickly. Each word becomes an effort, a small expenditure of energy in a body that's learning to ration. Psychologically, there's a deeper layer, a quiet acceptance that not everything needs saying, that silence can hold as much meaning as sound. For those listening, this can stir a mix of tenderness and frustration. You want to hear their voice, to keep the conversation flowing as it always did. But leaning in too hard, finishing their sentences, urging them to speak, can feel like pulling at a fragile thread. Family and caregivers can help by creating space for this new rhythm. Let pauses linger, like resting notes in a song. Use touch, a hand on theirs, a smile, to fill the silence. Ask simple questions that don't demand long answers. Is this comfortable? Or, want to tell me about that? These invitations keep the bridge open without straining it. The heart will find its way and love will cross the bridge, even when words falter. What's a moment of silence that felt full to you? Share a word in the comments. The third sign is a decline in personal boundaries or modesty. You might notice them no longer caring if the bathroom door stays open. They dress in front of others without hesitation, or they become unusually frank about bodily issues. This is not rudeness or regression. It's often a sign of cognitive or emotional disengagement, the brain slowly letting go of the social filters it once held tight. Boundaries are like invisible fences, aren't they? They shape how we move through the world, keeping private things private, public things polished. So when those fences start to crumble, when a loved one leaves a door ajar or speaks bluntly about personal matters, it can feel jarring, like a note played off key. You might see them change clothes in plain view, or share details about their body that once stayed unspoken. It's not that they've lost their sense of self, it's that their mind is shifting focus, prioritizing survival over social norms. The brain, conserving energy, lets go of filters that once seemed essential, turning inward to what feels most vital. This change can stir discomfort, even embarrassment. There's a reflex to correct, to close the door, to hush the conversation. But this isn't about disrespect. It's about a mind and body preparing for a deeper transition. Psychologically, it's a sign of emotional surrender, not to despair, but to a state where appearances matter less than existence. Spiritually, it's like a soul shedding layers, no longer concerned with the outer shell, readying itself for what lies beyond. Caregivers and family can help by responding with love, not judgment. Gently close the door, offer a robe, or redirect the conversation with kindness. Let's get cozy in this, or tell me about your day. These acts preserve dignity without shaming, like wrapping a gift with care. Reflect on this. What does dignity mean in this moment? How can I honor their essence, not just their actions? Try seeing these moments as signals of trust. They're letting you into a raw, unguarded space. Meet them there with patience, and you'll find a deeper connection, one that transcends the fences of propriety. The heart will soften and love will hold firm, even as boundaries fade. If you are still here, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments. The fourth is increased sleep and decreased awareness of time. They start sleeping more. Naps stretch into hours. They may not realize what day it is or forget whether they've eaten. Morning and night blend together. This isn't laziness, it's the body slowing its internal clock. The systems that once ran like machinery are now conserving energy, a process that's natural and often irreversible. Time feels different in old age, doesn't it? Like a river that once rushed now meanders, its currents soft and wandering. When a loved one sleeps longer, naps through the afternoon, or loses track of days, it can feel like they're slipping away, leaving the world behind. You might notice them dozing in their chair, waking confused about whether it's morning or evening, or asking about a meal they've already had. It's tempting to see this as neglect or disorientation, but it's the body's wisdom at work, slowing its rhythm to preserve what energy remains. The heart, the lungs, the mind, they're all learning to pace themselves, like a clock winding down with grace. For those around them, this shift can stir worry or impatience. There's an urge to wake them, to correct their sense of time, to pull them back to the schedule we know. But this isn't about fixing, it's about flowing with their new tide. Psychologically, this increased sleep reflects a mind less tethered to the external world, more focused on internal rest. Spiritually, it's like a soul practicing for eternity, where time no longer holds sway. Caregivers can help by embracing this rhythm. Dim the lights, keep a soft blanket nearby, and let sleep come when it calls. Offer gentle reminders, it's evening now, want some tea? Without insisting on structure. Family can reflect, how can I meet them in this timeless space? What does rest mean for them now? Try sitting with them as they doze, letting the quiet be a shared moment. Notice how their breath, slow and steady, carries a kind of peace. It's like watching a sunset. You don't rush it, you let it unfold. The heart will find calm, and you'll see their rest not as absence, but as a sacred part of their journey. Number 5, a shift in spiritual awareness or talking about going home. It's not unusual for someone nearing the end to speak of seeing people who have already passed, or to say things like, I'm ready to go, or I want to go home, even if they're sitting in their living room. These aren't hallucinations. Often they're expressions of the soul preparing itself. Whether you interpret them as spiritual or symbolic, they matter deeply. These words can catch you off guard, can't they? Like a breeze that carries a scent you can't place, they stir something in the heart. When a loved one speaks of seeing a parent long gone or says, I'm ready to go home, it's not confusion. It's a glimpse into a reality beyond our own. These moments are sacred, whether you see them as the soul reaching for the divine or the mind weaving comfort from memory. They're like windows opening to a world we can't yet see, offering a view of peace, reunion, or release. For the person speaking, these words are truth, a reflection of a heart beginning to let go of this life and turn toward what's next. These moments can feel unsettling, even frightening for those listening. There's a reflex to correct, you are home, or no one's here. But this isn't about logic, it's about mystery, about walking beside them in a space where love transcends understanding. Psychologically, these expressions may reflect a mind processing its own mortality, finding solace in familiar faces or places. Spiritually, they're like a soul practicing its departure, testing the waters of eternity. Caregivers and family can help by leaning in. Who do you see? Or what does home feel like? These questions honor their experience, inviting them to share without fear. Reflect, how can I be present in this mystery? What does it mean to trust their journey? Try sitting with them, holding their hand, and letting their words flow. You don't need to understand, you just need to be there. Like a companion on a path you can't yet walk. The heart will find peace, and these moments will become treasures, memories of a soul already touching the light. What's a moment that felt beyond words? If you can relate to this, type number 5 in the comments. Number 6, reduced emotional response or flatness. They stop reacting the way they used to. Things that once made them laugh, cry, or worry now pass without much comment. Their tone is flatter, their eyes a little duller. This flatness often reflects the body's internal focus. Less energy is spent on outward emotion. More is used to maintain basic functions. Emotions are like colors, aren't they? They paint our days with laughter, tears, and everything in between. So when those colors fade, when a loved one's face stays still at a joke or their voice lacks its old spark, it can feel like they're slipping away, even while they're right beside you. You might share a story that once brought a chuckle, only to get a nod, or mention a worry and see no flicker of concern. It's not that they don't care, it's that their body is redirecting its energy, like a river channeling its flow to the deepest parts. The heart and mind, once quick to respond, are now focused on the essentials: breathing, being, enduring. This flatness can feel like loss, like the person you know is fading before your eyes. There's a temptation to push, to tell a bigger story, to seek a reaction. But this isn't about absence, it's about conservation, a body and soul preparing for a quieter phase. Psychologically, this shift reflects a mind less engaged with external stimuli, more attuned to internal needs. Spiritually, it's like a soul turning inward, practicing for a time when outward expression gives way to inner peace. Caregivers can help by offering warmth without expectation. Play soft music, hold their hand, or sit in a quiet room. Family can reflect, how can I connect without needing a response? What does love look like now? Try responding with gentle presence, a touch, a smile, a familiar song. Notice how small flickers, a glance, a sigh, still carry their essence. It's like seeing stars in a cloudy sky. They're there, even if dim. The heart will find connection, and you'll see their spirit, still glowing, even in stillness. And finally, episodes of unexplained calm or clarity. Perhaps the most mysterious sign of all, moments of lucidity or sudden peace. They might smile out of nowhere, hold your hand and say something profound, or seem almost childlike in their contentment. These episodes are often short, a day of clarity after weeks of confusion, a moment of beauty before the next wave of decline. Many believe this is the soul's way of saying goodbye, of making peace. If it happens, don't question it. Be there. Receive it fully. These are the moments that stay with you long after they're gone. These moments are like sunlight breaking through clouds, aren't they? Brief, breathtaking, and unforgettable. After days of fog, confusion, silence, or fatigue, a loved one suddenly looks at you with clear eyes, speaks with a voice that feels like their old self, or offers a smile that holds a lifetime of love. They might share a memory, a truth, or a simple "I'm okay" that lands like a gift. These flashes of clarity, often fleeting, are mysteries that touch the heart, leaving you both awed and aching. They're not a return to health, but a pause, a moment where the soul seems to rise above the body's limits, offering a glimpse of its eternal light. For those witnessing, these moments can stir a whirlwind of emotions, joy at seeing them so present, sorrow at knowing it won't last. There's a reflex to cling, to ask more, to hold the moment tight. But this isn't about holding, it's about receiving, like catching a falling leaf before it touches the ground. Psychologically, these episodes may reflect a brief surge in brain function, a last rally of energy. Spiritually, they're like a soul stepping forward to say farewell, to offer peace to those it loves. Caregivers and family can help by being fully present. Listen, hold their hand, let their words or silence fill the space. Reflect, what does this moment mean? How can I carry it forward? Try staying in the moment, letting their calm or clarity wash over you. Don't question or push, just be like a traveler resting by a stream. These moments will become anchors, memories that shine through grief, reminding you of a love that endures. The heart will hold them, and you'll feel their presence even when they've gone. These signs, loss of interest, speech changes, altered sleep, a quiet spiritual shift, they're not reasons to panic. They're reminders. Reminders to be present, to slow down, to say what needs saying while there's still time. They're like soft bells ringing in the distance, calling you to pause, to notice, to love with all you have. Each sign is a thread in the tapestry of their final year, weaving a story not of loss, but of transition, of a soul preparing to rest. You don't have to fix anything. You don't have to rush them toward more tests, more pills, or more appointments. You just have to love them. Sit beside them, listen, and walk with them to the end of their road with grace. This isn't about fighting the tide, it's about floating with it, letting love be the current that carries you both. Speak the words you've held back, share the laughter you've saved, hold their hand in the quiet. These acts, small as they seem, are the ones that linger, the ones that build a bridge between this life and what comes next. If you found this video helpful, please leave a comment below and share what resonated most with you. Your reflections matter, and they help others who are walking the same path. Share a word, a thought, or a memory. It's like a candle lit in a quiet room, offering warmth to all who pass. And if you haven't already, subscribe and join us here at Elder Soul Journal. Because it's never too late to reflect, laugh, and live with heart. Keep tending your love, your presence, your peace. It shines brighter than you know.